What's up, creeps? It's Jason. Of course, I'm here with Riley, Rigamortis Mask. You guys know this guy, the Mask Rizzler. Is that a good thing to say? No?
I guess.
I'm old. I'll say anything, right? And today we're back with one of my grails, my personal grails, because I'm a diehard witch guy, right?
Something out of your collection.
Totally out of my collection.
Yeah.
I'm very excited about this. And so I might as well get straight into it, guys. This is a fortune teller witch from my man, Chris Vennekamp, who you're like, some of you may not know. He's not a very popular big name in the mask world because this is almost, I don't want to say a hobby for Chris, you know, because that's, I don't.
Side hustle, I guess.
So, yeah, whatever I'm saying here, I don't mean it as an insult because he is one of the most talented sculptors out there that I've met, and super, super rad. And I love witches, and that's kind of his jam, if you haven't noticed. So Chris is a really cool guy. He's a tattoo artist out of Georgia. I think that's where he really makes his money and does all his things. And then on the side stuff, he does a sculpt or two, does a mask. I mean, not very often, so it's kind of special to get his stuff in, man. And I picked up this fortune teller witch, a couple of years back from Rudy, from
Crimson Ghost Mask Room.
Yeah, Crimson Ghost Mask Room. I bought it off him, and I could not take my freaking eyes off it once I seen it. Now, this is cool. Before we get into this real quick, though, I want to talk about, let's just talk about the three main archetypes of witches, okay? You got, like, your crones, right, which is, I like my favorite style, right? You have
mastered.
Yeah, you have your seductress, well, let me back up. Crones are kind of like your Baba Yaga type of feature, right? The old long noses, pointy chins, beady eyes, type of stuff. Your seductress type witches are obviously your very sexy types of witches and all that stuff. Which I'm not opposed to that, by the way. And then you have what we call like an elemental mother type of witch, which is like your kind of gray-haired, like mom-looking thing, but a nature type of witch or whatever, who can conjure up just the winds and do all that crazy stuff, right? Not the seductress and the elemental mother are not very scary. The Crone style witch
is the one that you see in movies.
Yes, I mean
the nasty hags.
So great. The hags. I mean, look at a perfect example is Wizard of Oz. All right, the Wicked Witch of the West is a great, most stereotypical witch you can go. Right, green, long nose, pointy chin, beady eyes, got the hat, got all that. So that's a good crone,
What about Meg Mucklebones?
Mucklebones, another amazing,
horrifying.
Yeah, that one. Now we dive deep into the scary factor and all that stuff. So, but as a kid and just growing up, I always loved it. Actually, H3, Halloween 3.
My favorite witch.
Yeah, seeing the witch mask there from Don Post, it was it kind of. I don't know. It kind of turned me on to the witch side of things, and I started being a collector.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
So that's when I found Chris Vennekamp, or actually through Rudy, by the way. So hats off to Rudy, and I picked up this piece. This is probably my third piece from Chris, which we'll get into other ones, and I think all of them are witches. So, whatever,
Yeah.
He does more in witches. He doesn't
have too many witches.
No, but he does a great Frankie as well, and a bunch of other actual sculpts. So I suggest I'll put up his Instagram right here, somewhere here, and go check him out when you get a chance. Buy some masks off him. He does limited runs, okay? Yeah. So, like, perfect example of this one right here. The Fortune Teller Witch was, I think, don't quote me on this, but because I had it written down, but I didn't remember. I think it's copy number 7 out of, I think, 10.
Yeah, 10
at the most, So, I'm pretty stoked to have one of these things. And the cool parts about this, like I said, we talked about the long nose, man. He really hit these points of your typical Crone witch, the pointy chin. These eyes on this girl is just, forget about it, man.
I love all the coins too. The coins are just
so. I want to thank you for mentioning that because most people just throw a hood over this thing, boom, boom, you're done. He went a little bit above and beyond, and that kind of gives it the fortune teller look with the the headdress there with all the ornamental. I don't even know what they call it. If anybody's out there,
medallions or I don't know what
it could be medallions. Yeah, that gypsy type of feel, right? And that was a huge selling point for me when buying this mask, man. So it is a half mask, which you guys know I'm not a huge fan of half masks. I think maybe 2 or 3 tops, right? Between this and Pete from Devil's Workshop, he's got a couple. But I'm a full mask or 3/4 mask guy. but I couldn't pass this one up. You know what I'm saying? It just looks too good. Throwing this silver hair in there too was a brilliant move, I think, on his part. Because you get kind of like that contrast, right, between that dark green witchy thing and then that silver hair, and then with, like you said, the medallions type of hood, and then another hood on top of it that just kind of add to it. You know, I could see this like in a tent somewhere, right?
Oh,
you
yeah.
know?
Or a cart.
A cart, yeah, absolutely.
That's what I want to see.
Yeah.
I can hear the coins jingling when she's coming.
Yeah, super rad. So, so good job on Chris. I mean, if you look deep on the amount of detail he puts in his sculpts, man, and his witches are incredible. And with all the, the pores and all the wrinkles and all that good stuff. So, one of my favorite freaking pieces out there. So, what did I pay for it? What did I pay for it? Well, Rudy Diamonds out there, right? Crimson Ghost Mask Room. He knows his business.
Yeah. He knows what he's dealing with.
So I picked this one up for $300. Okay, so and I think that's a fair price for this thing. You know, especially being a limited run, and once again, you know that passion thing we've been talking about, where what's the word? I guess price doesn't really mean something if you really want it, right?
Yeah, I mean, in a couple weeks, I'm about to buy the most expensive piece I'm ever gonna buy.
Oh, I can't wait for this.
It's crazy. Exactly what Jason's talking about. When you connect with a piece, you don't care how much it is. Like, you see it, and you know you want it, and that price tag just kind of fades away in your memory.
Totally. Yeah. And for dropping a $300 bill on this was not a big deal for me. Yeah. You know, once again, half mask. Whatever. I wish it was a full one, but I'm not complaining whatsoever because I look at this guy daily, or this girl, I guess. Sorry,
girl.
Daily, and it is displayed behind our mask little. What do you want to call it? Wall.
Mask Morgue wall.
Yes, at Terra Trader. So, so there you guys go. Like I said, not much to talk about with this. I mean, I think I can't go too details. Not a lot of history because, like I said, Chris is he's an amazing sculptor, an amazing artist.
All original designs too.
Yeah, 100% original designs, which I really love, man, and like very limited. Like I said, Chris is not knocking out these things daily because he's a tattoo artist and he's got other things going on too. So when he does knock out a piece, it's super exciting for us, and we're usually the first to jump on it. So, well, that being said, I guess we're gonna go ahead and close this Mask Morgue door.